happening, y'all, and welcome. This is episode 102 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott, Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T-Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC. And those of you who also listen to the Smack and the Raw podcast, I'm also known as AKA King Dangling. How you doing, Mara?
I'm good.
Are you good? How do we get you to great?
I'm
We
sure
get
there's a few
past this
things I
week in
can.
the Arrowverse. I understand because I felt the same way. So anyway, speaking of which, that's what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW. You know, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, all them shows. Because that's what we do here. We talk about all of them. You want to talk about all of them?
Let's do it.
Uh-oh.
First of all, Flash will not be back until February 4th. So there's that.
I lost you for a second. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, first of all, the Flash will not be back on
Before
till the
that.
4th. So there's that.
What did you say before that, though?
That's all I said.
You said words. I heard words coming out of your mouth before the Flash.
I don't know.
Weirdo. Anyway, that's what we're here to talk about, though. But yes, the Flash will not be back until February, after the Super Bowl. But
Can't
kind of
wait.
makes sense. They brought back Legends in the Flash's slot. Then they're going to finish out Arrow. When Arrow finishes out, they're going to put they're going to put Flash in that slot.
Oh, okay, good. I thought they were going to make us watch Legends on Wednesday. And I was like, please don't.
No. What they're going to do, they take Arrow out. Flash goes in that spot. I think Black Lightning is over in a few weeks too, though, because I know Nafisa Williams, she rapped a few days ago.
That would also explain some other news we got from Black Lightning.
What's that?
Detective Henderson, the actor who plays him, announced that he was leaving the show.
Yeah, so he probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Or they just write him off and then he'll be back in like 2 seasons. They can bring him back. Like they just brought Wynn back on Supergirl.
Right. That is a thing.
And it literally took until just now for me to remember what his name actually was. I don't know how that happened. That was amazing. I saw the picture, like I know him, and like in my head, I kept calling him Wit. And I'm like, that's not his name. What the fuck is this dude's name? And I could have just looked it up, but I refused to do it. Like I know who he is. What the fuck is his name? And just now, I remembered his name.
It's Wynn.
It's the power of the podcast.
Sure.
So, without further dudes, let's get into this week's run of shows.
Dudes.
Where would you like to start?
Let's start with Legends.
I don't like that one. Let's talk about something else.
Let's get it out of the way then.
Like I just okay.
Let's get it out of the way then.
It's just I'd rather pretend this episode didn't happen, Mara.
So let's not talk about it then. What way do you want to do this?
Oh, well, we're here to talk about it, so let's just go ahead and talk about it. I want it to be known that I'm doing
going to enable. Okay, because I'm going to say either way, I'm going to enable talking about it or not talking about it.
I know you will. You're no help to the situation at all. What I'm saying is, it was bad. So, what was the name of this episode of Legends of Tomorrow?
This episode was called. Damn it! I don't have my thing open.
Well, fired.
It's called Meet the Legends. I knew it was something easy.
Huh.
Jeez.
All right, so it's called Meet the Legends. And basically, this episode kicks off. There's a documentary crew on the Wave Rider. We see Zari's brother there instead of Zari. He's a stoner.
I'm a stoner.
Charlie is still Charlie. And then she just takes off in one of the jump ships. You're supposed to be in bed. Um,
Imagine how I feel right now.
I mean, hey, whatever. We've established you don't run your house.
She's gonna sit here. What?
Did I stutter?
Whatever. Finish your statement,
And then
sir.
we know Mona. She's working for Mick as like his publicist or whatever. Gary, the dude that got his nipple bit off. He's
You
Constantine
know who Gary is. You can't forget Gary. He's Constantine's what?
apprentice.
Ah.
And then we got, Sarah comes back from her adventure with, the other crossover folks. She just saved the multiverse, but who cares? Because they're doing a documentary on the legends, because that's important.
Cause why? Why not?
We got to convince these other people that the Time Bureau is important, that we need to, we're valuable, and blah blah blah. So we're gonna do a documentary. My thing is, you got the fucking Wave Rider. Who the fucking stop you? Just do what you want to do, bruh. Like, this is just, it's dumb, but whatever. Sarah comes back. She doesn't know about the documentary that's happening. She's pissed. Of course she is. Why the fuck would you want a documentary crew following you around when you're fucking with time all the time?
Fuck around. You like, could you imagine like they change something by accident and then one of like the cameramen like just disappear?
Yeah, exactly. And you end up, their whole thing is they end up fucking things up for the better. Like, that's what the legends do. So you don't want a film crew around while that's happening. So naturally, Sarah's like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
Just fed up.
With some like
so
with Imperial Russia. What's the Imperial Russian in charge nigga's name? Who's that? The one that won't die. Doesn't matter because it's all over in the end anyway. Who gives a shit? Yeah. He keeps coming back from the dead. He gets shot. They said they drowned him at one point. He got stabbed. Pretty much all the ways you can think of to kill a person has happened to him, but he keeps coming back because some shit's going on in hell. Because somebody that I guess what's the old girl name that Constantine sent back down there that's pissed off? Mar, you there? I can't hear you. What did you do?
You hit my mic. You talking about the little girl he sent to hell?
Yeah, what's her name?
I don't remember. Like Emma, Olivia, something simple.
What the hell, Mara? This is your job. You're supposed to know the
I know. I haven't had her name in so long, so I just didn't think it would come back up again.
In this one.
They always say it, but then I'm just like, they're not gonna talk about her again. She's not gonna come back.
Like, it's like the crux of the whole thing is that she's fucking things up.
I know.
Look, I don't remember names. This is what you do.
I know. I fucked up on the names this week. I'm not gonna lie.
People are like gonna have their feelings hurt. They're gonna be upset because they don't know names. That's what you do. Because
I got you Rasputin, so give.
Just make shit up and just call them random shit. I don't know.
Astra.
Yeah, her. There we go. That motherfucker. She's fucking everything up in hell. So he can't die. There's some
Oh
shit
yeah,
with a
because he's still
possessed
down
kid.
there.
What?
That was the saying.
Yeah, there's some
Luna,
shit with a possessed kid and Constantine,
can
like
you stop, please?
he didn't send the demon back to hell right away because he knows the demon. They hang out and drink for a while. Then he sends it back after he gets the information he wants. Blah blah blah. Nate ends up getting hypnotized at some point. Ends up seeing Zari like, oh, I kind of remember this. She existed. Um, yeah, there was a whole lot that went on with just randomness that just meant nothing. Um, yeah, the whole takeaway from this episode is Nate ends up figuring out that Zari existed because he got some message from her that she somehow was able to get put on the Wave Rider because Gideon has some weird time stuff going on. And yeah, if you're talking right now, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
No, I was talking to her. Um, what was I saying? Damn it! Now I
What?
lost my whole train of thought. I was saying like she didn't like leave her name. She didn't really leave much. Just other. I'll see you when I see you, and I love you. Bye, boo.
Yeah. You love who? Who? You even say,
Who?
for all we know, she can be talking about Sarah because everybody's in love with Sarah.
What?
But yeah, I mean, other thing that happened was Mona decided, well, not she decided, Mick decided, like, yo, you're going to just write all my novels from now on because I'm too busy, which kind of shit on everything they like established at the beginning of the episode that she was being his publicist now. And it was just like, that was interesting.
Now she's just ghostwriting.
Yeah, her writing the novels now isn't interesting.
Nothing about Mona is really interesting because all she does is annoy me.
She turns into a werewolf thing.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. Nobody does. That's not the point. Her
Should be.
as his publicist was far more interesting than what they ended up doing.
I mean, I get that. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So we're done with Legends, right? We can just move on.
We can go on. It's all right.
Let's move on.
Do you
Where
want to do Arrow?
Arrow? What was the name of this episode, Mara?
Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Now, I'm going to try and put aside my personal professional bias here
Oh God, here we go.
because I'm very irritated at the fact that they're giving us more CW shit, more CW Arrowverse shit. Like there are times when I'm just like, like this is too much. It's so much to cover. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but sometimes I get tired when there's 5 shows to cover. Like, you know what? Let's add another one. Especially after they're like, hey, we're gonna give you a bit of a reprieve. We're gonna take one off the board. Nope, we're gonna replace it with another one.
Yep.
You know that guy that was here that built this whole shit? We're just gonna throw his daughter in there, who we just introduced to you last season in these future flash forwards that weren't all that good. And we're gonna
It
throw them
also
in there.
didn't make too much sense.
Hmm?
Didn't make 100% sense.
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna just give you this right here with her and Katie Cassidy and who plays Dinah? Remember her name? Me neither. So
I got you.
yeah. I really don't want to sound overly negative this week, Mara. They're just making
Do
it
it.
difficult for me.
Let's get it out of the way.
Who's
Juliana Harkavi,
sure?
I think
What
that
was the name of this episode?
again.
Oh, you did say it already. I'm sorry. So it kicks off. Somebody's on a motorcycle. Oh, it's Laurel. So what? She goes into this nightclub. Some chick gets kidnapped. I don't know who the fuck she is. I'm not sure why I care. They try over the course of this episode to make me care that this girl gets kidnapped. Apparently, because she gets kidnapped, the whole city falls apart. I don't see how that happens. Even after they said, like, after she got kidnapped, everything went to shit. That doesn't make fucking sense to me. But okay. What?
She farted.
I mean, that might explain why she's still awake. She got gas.
Go to the bathroom.
You're asking an awful lot from a 3-year-old.
It's not. It's really not.
You go to the bathroom to fart?
No, go to the bathroom. She probably has to take a poop.
Gas don't mean you got to shit. It just means you got to.
Not this, not this kind of gas that's coming out. Smells like something's dying in there.
Anyway, she goes to this nightclub trying to protect some girl who ends up getting kidnapped.
She runs it to Dinah.
You see that it actually is 2040. Yeah, she runs it. She didn't run it. She goes looking for Dinah. She finds Dinah.
Yeah, I find that to be running into her at the same time.
But before that, we got Mia waking up next to JJ, which is interesting.
In, mm,
Hmm? Okay. Um,
it was an incomplete thought. Sorry.
okay. So yeah, he ends up proposing to her. She says yes. And after that, that's when we see Laura run into Dinah after she, finds her in her hidden spot. Apparently, Dinah just woke up some in this random place after Oliver's funeral.
Please go potty.
All record of her existence had just been like erased. So like, there's no Dinah ever. She never existed as far as the
Go
world.
potty.
And Laurel has just been time traveling because that's just normal. That's just a thing. I don't know why Laurel just gets to time travel like that, but okay.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Who else would do it?
And we see another glimpse of the fact that, this new world that Oliver just created because he saw, we'll talk about this later, but on Supergirl, there's only one universe now.
Mm-hmm.
He just combined everything, which, in retrospect is a bad idea. Fucking Oliver. Swear. But yeah, they go to find Mia because they need her. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say I expected more because I knew this is what the episode, what episode was coming. I knew they were giving us this backdoor pilot, whatever you want to call it, for this Canaries show, Green Arrow and the Canaries, whatever. And I tried not to go into it with any, preconditioned negative thoughts. They just gave me no real reason to look forward to this show. None at all. None. So I don't know. Laurel uses some device to make Mia remember everything. So now she remembers. She starts freaking out. Then she gets her shit together and realizes what's going on. She doesn't want JJ nowhere near her because she remembers all the fucked up things JJ did in her memory. You know, all the killing and all that shit. It's kind of hard to love somebody after you know how much of a shitty person they are or were or could have been. You know, whatever. How is she not back yet? What is Mara doing? I say that knowing that it has something to do with Luna. Because I don't know if you all are regular listeners, but if you are, you know Luna has this uncanny ability to derail our podcasts all the time. You know, whether they're going well or not, she just finds a way to make everything just go way over there somewhere. We're just trying to get shit done. I'm not going to say it's all Mara's fault.
Oh my god.
Hi, Mara.
Hi.
Hi. I was just telling these people about Mia getting her memory back.
Mm. Where are you now?
Yep, that's all I was saying. Wasn't saying anything about you or your child or anything of that nature. I was just purely talking about the Arrowverse and Mia getting her memory back. And now she briefly freaked out because, you know, she realized she was engaged to the dude that killed one of her best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. We also see Connor, and Connor's like fresh out of rehab and shit. Like it's a whole
He's a mess.
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, way to go, Oliver. Like, you know, just this great world you created, bro. So anyway, I guess they decide they gotta go to JJ's place and plant some wires and find out what's going on because they think JJ got something to do with the shit. Because you know, whatever.
Because why not?
Yeah, yeah. Um, they don't find shit on his computer and all that. He gets all pissed. Call.
Everything that's secret is honeymoon plans.
Yeah, yeah. And they see a little video of what's her name? Bianca. I remembered on
Mm-hmm.
that time. See, like she's like a video of her like just doing yoga on a beach. Clearly fake, but you know, they find out later that it's fake by decrypting the video. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why is there still so much episode left? I'm sorry. I just looked at my notes and saw how much was left. It just frustrated.
Yeah.
Um, there's this whole thing when Dan is like, I don't think I need to be a hero, blah blah blah. This whole thing with me and not wanting to wear the suit. This whole
Like,
thing,
what?
SUV caravan they try to like, you know, take down. They think that the girl is in there, Bianca. She's not. This is screen shit. I'm pretty sure that was Vertigo. Um, there's a dude with a Deathstroke mask. They think
Her
it's
ex, right?
huh?
You talking about her ex?
It ends up being her ex.
Trevor.
Laurel says it's JJ. Dinah's like, we can't be sure that it's not JJ. Me like, it's not JJ, but we'll make sure it's not JJ. We find out it's actually not JJ. Um,
Fight.
there's some fights that happen. You know, they find out where the girl is. They go to save her.
Leaves a lot of questions open because you need the show to actually come out.
Exactly. But my thing is, just if you're gonna make the show, just make the fucking show. All right. Like I just I don't know. I'm not saying the show's gonna be bad. I'm saying I'd have been okay
I
with
don't know if I really cared.
it. Yeah, I would have been okay with it just not existing. Um yeah, you talked about her ex-boyfriend, Bianca, the kidnapped girl. Her ex-boyfriend is a dude with the Deathstroke mask. Clearly he has some bigger plans. Mia goes back to JJ and apologizes and all that. At some point, she put the suit back on, of course, because
Green Arrow and the Canaries.
that's the show. We all knew she would. There was no doubt. If you had doubt, you haven't been paying attention. Um.
In a ton of events, though.
Oh, there's this whole thing with Dinah and Laura. They have the discussion of, starting the Canaries.
Who's the head canary?
I don't know. The Laura that died.
Are they co head canaries? Are they co canaries? Co-canaries?
C squared.
Yeah.
And then William gets kidnapped because
What? Because my dude couldn't defend himself against teddy bears
yeah, whatever.
if he needed
And
to.
then there's somebody that shows up and makes JJ remember everything. That
Because that's what we needed, was for him to remember all that. It was actually nice to see him be a decent person for once, and that was very short-lived.
I need Connor to get his memories back too if they're gonna do that.
Right, so he can definitely clean his act up.
Yeah, but that was Arrow. That was that backdoor pilot for Green Arrow and the Canaries, and I hated it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hate it as much as I hated Legends.
As much as you hated what?
Legends.
Oh, their pilot
It wasn't a pilot. I'm talking about this.
or their. Okay.
Yeah. Where would you like to go next? This is
Batwoman.
negative episode. Can we get something more positive?
Batwoman. I feel like we're getting better here.
What was the name of the episode, Mara?
The name of the episode is How Queer Everything Is Today.
Okay.
So Kate's trying out her new bike, or her new bat bike.
Yeah. And then Runaway Train.
Runaway train, and then she grapples onto the train from the bike, then grapples onto the thing, and you expect me to believe that nothing happened to the bike at all?
Nah. It was Batwoman's bike. I know. I was watching too.
Those physics don't make sense. And this is coming from someone who didn't even take physics.
I mean, I took physics in high school. I didn't
I
learn.
did not. I didn't need it.
I didn't learn anything. I just took the class.
I didn't need it. So I
Didn't
was like,
take-
I don't. Huh?
I didn't even take the final. This is the guy. Let me tell you. My school had this policy. If you pass the third quarter grade, what is the third quarter grade, the fourth quarter grade, and then there's the final. If you pass 2 out of the 3, you pass the class. So after the fourth quarter grades came out and I saw I passed, I told my teacher I'm not taking the final. I had already been accepted into the college that I wanted to go to.
I don't need this kind of negativity to follow me.
I'm not. It was the last final of the year for me. I'm like, bro, I'm not taking this. He's like, you have to take it. You didn't get an A in the class. I'm like, look, if you make me take this final, I am going to write my name on it and just hand it back to you because I know you can't fail me. So I suggest you just let me out of this final, and I'm going to stay home that day.
I
So that
wish I
was
would have said that to one of my high school teachers.
hmm?
So I wish I would have said that to one of my high school teachers.
Oh, I was a whole asshole in high school. Like it was, if you heard the way I, not all, but the way I talked to some of my teachers, it would blow your mind.
I'm sure it would, because some of the ways that people talk to their parents in general make me go like,
Oh yeah, I only did that there because I couldn't do that at home. So
it's the time to do it.
anyway, back to Batwoman because that's what we're talking about here. So Kate's really just not in a very good mood, even though Luke is giving her what sounds like what should be good news. Then we get this scene with Alice and Mouse. They're having tea at Stepmama's grave.
Catherine,
Yeah, Stepmama.
you know what was funny?
Hmm.
When Kate was on the bike and she was driving along and he said for her birthday was coming up and I was like, Aquarius season.
Mm-mm. Of course, you found a way to make this about you.
Big energy.
Hmm?
I said big energy.
Big what energy?
Aquarius energy.
Now that's less fun than I thought you were gonna give me. Okay. Um.
I mean, I could say big dick energy because we all know that it's how we roll.
Well, yeah, but you don't have a dick, so I thought you were gonna go somewhere else when you didn't, and I'm not disappointed.
Don't I? Big clit energy. What the fuck do you want from me? Like,
That was exactly it. Actually, that was exactly what I thought you were gonna say, and you did now. So I'm okay.
God,
Look.
just let the record show she's fallen asleep here. She chose to fall asleep on my right leg and the table.
Mm-hmm.
So now when my right foot falls the fuck asleep, I'm gonna be tight.
Because you don't beat her enough. There's not the proper balance of love and fear going on there.
I mean, I took a step back from from how much I was disciplining her because I felt like that was all we were doing anymore.
Hey man, sometimes that's all you doing because you got a badass kid.
I don't have a badass kid though. She just likes pushing to see how far she can go.
Yeah, that's called a badass kid. Anyway, moving on. Stepsister is also not in a very good place.
Mary.
She just like going off on Kate for some shit that Kate didn't do. But
Right. Mary's closing down the clinic. She's going offline since everyone's being a cyber bully.
yeah, yeah.
The whole going to see Mary part did not go so well. It was a very cold I told you so conversation.
Yeah. The first time. So we find out right after that, though, that the train ship was not a malfunction. A hacker did it. Then we get a message from this said hacker who says, like, yo, I will expose everybody's secrets and shit unless you all crowdfund me $5 million. And I say, good for you, because this is the most Gen Z / millennial hacker shit ever. Like,
It really was with the
You
animoji.
demand that the city pay you $5 million. Like, no, all of you come together and crowdfund me $5 million. And you know what? Kudos to you for that shit.
For real.
Mhm.
And I was just like, this is someone young. I was like, they're using animojis and shit. Like, what is this?
The crowdfunding thing was a clear giveaway.
Yeah, like today, like our GoFundMe.
Yeah, like all you, if criminals take note, if you want to like raise money, just threaten everybody. I'm like, yo, here's this little GoFundMe. All of y'all fund this to the point of $5 million, and I'll let everybody go. And if enough people contribute, like, yo, we can just all just throw in $5 and they get what they want.
Yeah.
It really doesn't cost people anything.
Do you ever think if people just go onto GoFundMe's website and just look at what's on there and just randomly just give money?
Are you saying like I should start a GoFundMe?
No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, do you think like there's people out there who just randomly peruse through GoFundMe's site for random charities to donate to?
There's people who randomly peruse everything, so I'm sure GoFundMe has those people as well.
It's so strange.
All I'm hearing here is that I should just throw out a GoFundMe and hope that people just give me money.
I mean, if the cause is good enough.
It's a very good cause. Make Travis
I,
happy.
I did a GoFundMe for Luna's baptism.
Nombre del Padre, el Hijo y el Espíritu Santo.
Okay.
How'd that work out for you?
Oh, I mean, we paid the church and we went to lunch. Yeah.
There you go. You paid the church.
Yeah, you have to give like a donation to the church and there's like a minimum.
You got to pay the church to baptize your kid?
Yeah.
See,
Don't, please don't, 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 Travis. You'll make them mad. Don't. I know you want to. Please just swallow it. Talk about it later.
Batwoman. We're going to go back to Batwoman here because
Yes. So
if we don't, I'm going to get mad. So,
we just vent to me after we're done. So after Kate goes to see Mary, there's something I really want to talk about because that made me very excited. So there was a part
there was something
where they
exciting
were
to talk about it.
so the part where they were investigating the train to kind of figure out what was going on, they mentioned the scarecrow incident. And do you know what I thought of the second I yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is now I was just like, oh my God, that story is canon. And then I was like, oh my God, that means we are in the Christopher Nolan universe.
Well, I mean, Oliver kind of combined everybody's universe into one universe, but he fucked it up. But he combined everybody's universe into one universe.
Whatever. From now on, now all I can think is that we are in Christopher
However,
Nolan's universe.
however, I believe this whole one universe thing is a mistake. We'll move on.
They're probably going to partially undo it at some point, but I was I thought it was really cool and I geeked out for about a couple minutes about the idea that we could possibly be set in my favorite Batman trilogy universe,
I get it.
especially since they've opened up the multiverse theory in it with like with Crisis when they brought out the
They got rid of every other universe. No other universe exists anymore.
no, I know that, but what I'm saying is like they had, they know it was a thing. Like they've acknowledged that those universes existed,
Yeah, they did, but they don't anymore.
except for Christopher Nolan's, which is the only
They're
important one.
all gone. None of them exist. It is just this one universe.
Yeah, which is the
And I
Christopher
hate
Nolan.
it. I hate it. I'm sorry. I got upset again.
It's the Christopher Nolan universe. But there are still other Earths, though.
No, they're not.
Didn't they, at the
If
end
there's
of
no other
Crisis, they went
universe,
over,
then there'd be another Earth.
but didn't they fucking go over what the other Earths were?
That make I hear you. That's all a part of my issue with this. Because they said in Supergirl there was no other universe except for this one. Yet somehow at the end of Crisis, there are these other Earths. Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah, because we're on Earth Prime now. Well, we're not, but we're watching Earth Prime.
Prime. We saw Earth 2 is where Stargirl is, and then Earth whatever the fuck is where, the Doom Patrol is, and all that shit. Like all that stuff was brought back somehow. But there's only one universe?
I guess so.
Fix it. They could have left all that shit out. The whole there's only one universe thing, they could have left it out.
Probably. So the mayor at this point now is on the screens saying, everybody, go back about your day. Don't even worry about this. Fuck that bitch. She's not gonna do shit. And then the hacker or terrier terrorist, I have so many issues with that. She gets on the screen, she says, oh, he telling y'all not to worry, but why I got his card info? Cause homie paid me.
Yeah. Now, go shopping. Boom.
Right?
And let me tell you, if that shit had popped up on my feed, I'd have bought like hella shit on Amazon right then.
Facts. I'd be like, yo, give me that card number right now. I just need Bloomberg's address and I'm good to go.
I'd have been like, yo, there's this PC I want. It's on Amazon right now. It is $900. I want it right now. Boom.
I would
Screenshot
buy 3 fucking MacBooks.
my shit. Run that
I
shit.
would buy 3 MacBooks, 3 iMacs, like top tier ones.
Why three? You're getting greedy.
No, so when I inevitably fuck one up, I have a backup. And then you can't be mad at me any longer. I will no longer have no excuses as to why I can't do anything. So am I really being greedy or am I
Yeah, because
doing this for the
you'll find a way to piss me off anyway.
Well, what I'm saying is I can have one computer for my personal stuff, one computer for creation stuff, and my other computer can be solely for The Sims, so I no longer have to prioritize what I save.
The fourth one for porn.
That can go on the same one as personal stuff.
I don't know. Will it all fit?
That's, I mean, porn is personal, so
But how much space is
I mean, I would be getting terabytes on these. I'm not getting no another 128 gigabyte computer with no 2 gigs of RAM, which is what I'm dealing with right now.
Wait, you got just a 128 gigabyte computer?
Yeah.
Why would someone do that?
Because when I bought it, I literally just needed a computer that worked, and it was the cheapest one.
Sheesh. Look,
Hence why I have not gotten a new computer yet, but I plan on getting one soon.
I've been like, yo, bruh. I would have stopped you. Like that's just you wasted your money.
Well, I mean, I've had it for like 5 years. It's pretty much, it's it's living out its lifespan. I've had it since 2015. This is the same computer we've been talking on our entire friendship.
I hear you. You said 2015. That's like you know, 4.5 years.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I know what you said.
Well, I've heard like the average lifespan of the computer is supposed to be anywhere between 5 to 10, I think, or 5 to 8,
That,
one or the other. Hmm?
that's a lie.
Yeah, I know, but that's also something I just kind of just read somewhere, so I don't know. Uh,
On the internet, it must be true.
I mean, who knows? So I
Back
don't
to
know
Batwoman. See, we're getting off track again. Why do you keep letting this happen?
because you were questioning me about my 128 gigs and 2 RAM,
Once again, why do you let
or
this?
was it 4 RAM? It's 2 or 4. It's not enough.
Either way, you could have stopped this and you chose not to.
No, I wanted you to understand the severity of that is my computer and why I would buy 3 MacBooks and 3 iMacs.
Anyway, moving on from the mayor's credit card. We get this talk between stepsister and Papa Kane.
Mary,
They going back and forth about what's going on.
he's like, you should call Kate because you spiraling, bitch.
Yeah, nothing is accomplished. Then we get some shit with Sophie interrogate some Russian hackers because they think that they're behind this shit. Red herring. Clearly, they're not.
Like it was too easy to find them. But like she like put the gun up to his forehead and I was just like, do it, you won't. And then she did, and I was like, pussy.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, bet you won't shoot him. Like the whole same things you said. Like, I bet you won't do it though. I bet you won't shoot him. You ain't gonna shoot him. Oh, you ain't shit.
Great. She still didn't do it. But then so Sophie walks out and then she runs into Batwoman and she's telling her how hubby left her and she was like Kate's kind of just standing there doing her hardest to not do like a joyful backflip in her face.
And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get that pussy. And she like, yeah, she ready. Kate ready to hop on in there.
She's just like, come get this rebound, girl.
Exactly.
Come get this rebound, kitty.
Exactly. Like, yo,
That sounds so weird.
remember that strap I had back in the day?
I still got it.
We got it.
Still just waiting for you.
Let's see. So they find out the hacker actually is somebody that was, sending shit out from Gotham
Remotely,
because Kate went to school there because she recognized the bell and some shit.
which is wild.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Goddamn
it's a
bell could be a
school,
bell from
it's a
anywhere.
fucking school bell. You think other schools don't have a bell that sounds the same as your school?
No, why would they? Gotham probably realistically has 2 high schools, the prep school and a public school.
No, I think Gotham, because Gotham is supposed to basically be New York. So I'm guessing Gotham has multiple public schools.
But how many things could be really named? Well, I guess so. Yeah, okay.
How many schools in New York have the words New York in them?
I don't know.
Exactly. Nobody else does either.
I'm sure I could look it up, but
And everybody else could too, but they won't. So they find the hacker at the school. It's this chick, well, Batwoman finds her in the middle of a dance.
Mary finds a professor or a scientist. I didn't really catch what he was.
He's a professor
And
in college.
okay,
To
okay.
testify, and he won't do it because
About he was like, bitch, you crazy. That's impossible.
there's no way that happened. Leave me the fuck alone. But yeah, back to
And
Batwoman finding the girl at the high school. She's
this is when the episode for me kind of went like, oh, that's why that happened.
yep, she's upset because her parents are basically treating her like shit because she's gay.
But it's just like, I was like, this is crazy, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I completely understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, this is insane. This is drastic.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very extreme measure to take here.
And then for $5 million, I'm like, what you trying to do? Buy a penthouse somewhere?
She goes to Gotham Prep. That's the kind of that's what she's used to. That's what she's accustomed to.
Oh, she needs to keep her stature of living
She
up.
extra cheese on the Whopper. Okay,
To,
like she orders a Big Mac, but like he gives a special order. I'm not sure why she's trying this right now, but right now Mara is attempting to put her sleeping child in the bed. We'll see if this works out for her. I'm taking bets right now. I really need to open up like some kind of website where people can like bet on shit, profit off of this. Because right now I want to take bets. Who thinks that Luna stays asleep right now? Because quite honestly, I'm like 99% sure that she will not. Do, 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 do. Mara's back.
hello.
Kid still asleep?
I think so.
Now, you need to make sure because it's a very, very strong distinction between asleep and dead.
She's breathing.
Just making sure you didn't kill the kid.
No, 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 no.
I'm not judging you for it once again. I'm just making sure because
No, I was
established
only gone for like 60 seconds.
it doesn't take that long to kill a 3-year-old. I'm just making sure because I was taking bets while you were gone. So, and I was saying, I don't know if she's still, be able to keep her asleep or not. And I just want to distinguish the fact that being dead does not count as being asleep.
Oh my God. No, she's asleep and breathing.
That's what she said. Those are her claims.
I mean, like, when I tucked her in, like, she did like a.
So your kid sniffs coke.
No, I'm not raising a cokehead.
She'll be a very attentive child, very
Or she'll
deeply
be
loyal.
batshit crazy.
Tomato.
But anywho, the child is okay. I know you saw me kind of plank carry her out of here.
Yeah, I did.
She wouldn't bend her legs, so that's how she went.
Mm-hmm. So Alice shows up at the high school. There's a whole big thing between her and Batwoman. You're not a hero. Blah 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 blah. I
Wait,
did.
wait, wait, wait. What we're not going to do is we're not going to gloss over the fact that when they were in the high school hallway, Batwoman tells Parker to run, right? Batwoman gets knocked out by the
Who?
Trump. What?
Who tells who to run?
Batwoman tells Parker to run.
Who the fuck is Parker?
The girl.
Oh, see, you say Parker, I think of Parker McKenna Posey, and that's a different, completely different.
No. So she tells Parker to run.
Show, and if you all don't follow her on Instagram, you should. She is fine as fuck now.
Anywho, Batwoman tells Parker to run, because there's another.
We're staring
She
at
tells the
and
she tells the girl to run. What?
the, my dog is laying on the floor and he's just laying there staring at my backpack.
Can you move your camera to see?
No,
Okay.
just imagine right here. Back is right there. He's staring at it.
This is how he's staring at your backpack.
Almost. His paws are more forward facing like this. Yeah, it's really weird.
Anywho, she tells Parker to run. There's another end of the hallway to run to, right? She tells her to run. Alice clocks her with what I'm assuming is a trumpet or a trombone. I'm not really sure which. Knocks Batwoman out cold. Parker's,
Trombone.
huh?
You don't know the difference between a trumpet and a trombone?
I really can't think of which one I was thinking of, so that's why I just put both.
That's a trombone.
Yeah, I know that, but like I couldn't remember what the instrument looked like.
That's a trumpet.
I, I know which one they are. But what I'm saying is I don't remember what it looked like in the episode. They only showed it for 2 seconds. So, but I wasn't rewinding for it because clock. But
That much. I understand.
but anywho,
Watching this episode too.
so anyway, Parker is standing there, in fear, and then decides I'm gonna try to run past Alice and over Batwoman to run instead of just going in the other direction.
Yeah. People are dumb.
It was the equivalent of running upstairs in a horror movie.
Yup. Let's see what else happened. Is it uh, this whole thing with Alice wanting Batwoman to realize she's not a hero? I'm not buying it.
Only so that she leaves her. It's only so she'll stop trying to change her. And I was like, I don't think she's trying to change you. I think she just wants you to stop killing people.
Like, just don't kill people.
Like you want to do weird shit, like I guess do you, ma? But could you stop murdering everyone in the way?
Yeah, so
Sophie goes to Mary.
let everybody know who Batwoman is, or we kill everybody. Hacker chick, like, yo, I'm just gonna tell everybody what's going on instead, because apparently Alice can't read.
No, I think she sent Alice only the alert and sent everyone else the broadcast. Alice just doesn't do due diligence.
I guess I'll accept that.
Well, no, they showed both phones. They showed Alice's phone, which showed the message, and then they showed Kate's phone, which showed the real 911 message.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's just I have to accept that Alice is just, like you said, someone who doesn't do her due diligence. But crazy.
But anywho, and then, at some point, Kate kind of hurt Alice's feelings when, Parker got away and she was like, doesn't take a hero to know what pure evil looks like. And Alice looked like, ow, my feelings.
Yeah.
And then Mouse has the other detonator and he
No,
blows up the gym. Mouse.
yeah. Everybody gets out though. Like,
hmm So we need to talk about this cop who came out of nowhere. Um,
was that a thing on the last episode that I didn't remember?
no, it just started out of the blue because he saved her from getting brained by the grappling hook in the beginning of the episode. And I was just like, who is this Zach Efron looking motherfucker? Like, where'd he come from?
That's not even close to Zac Efron.
Mm, whatever.
Listen,
But anywho, at the end, when Mouse blew up the gym anyway, what?
I recognize that.
What?
This man is no Zac Efron. All right.
Whatever the fuck he is. Um, what was it? At the end of the episode when he went back inside, I was like, what are you doing, sir? Just stay there and usher them out. And then when Mouse blows up the gym, I was just like, and there went Zac Efron. And now he is dead and blown the fuck up.
If only, because he's still there.
Right. And then she saves him. And they were like, kiss. And she was just like, please.
No, I don't want your penis.
No, no. I am lesbian. Leave me alone.
Nope. I will strap on my own penis.
And fuck your sister. With that same kind of aggressiveness.
Even more, you know. I feel like Kate brings the fire.
True. But
Whole magazine article with Batwoman coming out as gay. If you look very,
Catco.
huh?
Catco.
Yeah, it's Catco. But if you look closely, the article is written by Kara Danvers.
Okay, because that makes more sense. Because it was just kind of like, who else would you give this article to? But it makes sense that it's from Kara.
Danvers wrote that article. Yes. Yeah, and there was that whole thing with the hacker chick when she finds out that Batwoman is gay. Like, oh, why didn't you tell me that you were blah blah blah? I mean,
Why didn't you also tell me that you were lesbian?
well, once she realized that it was Kate Kane, because she knows Kate Kane is a very notoriously out.
Open, prolific lesbian.
Like, why didn't you tell me that you were ultra gay? Like, well, I couldn't tell you who I was, so it's kind of the thing.
Kind of figuring out what I'm still deciding to share with people.
Then after all that, we get this whole little weird scene that somehow Kate goes to Mary again. They just hug because reasons.
Because Mary's probably all fucking alone.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be mad at Kate, but she's just somehow now okay and wants to embrace and all that.
Well, I mean, at some point, didn't Kate really kind of say, like, it's not this, like, this isn't worth it, like, she's not worth it or something like that? Or she said something to her earlier, like, kind of like pretty much trying to establish that she was important to her, but it didn't really do a good job because she's just angry.
Yeah, that's why she just magically got over everything.
Or realizing that it's not really Kate's fault. Like,
Maybe. But let's get into the closing moment of the episode. Why is there another Beth?
it's not Mouse just walking around with her face.
I don't think so. I think that's what was, a little after effect of what we were talking about in Supergirl.
Maybe. I mean, because when Mary saw her walk into the school, I was like, it's probably Mouse trying to throw her off. Like, I understand why there of all places, but I was just like,
I think this is more of this whole Oliver putting everything together and not putting everything together properly because when these people
Because, like Oliver, he does everything half assed.
not a half-ass thing. He does everything whole ass. He's just
I know I'm being funny.
what he thinks he's capable of.
Mm,
Yeah,
I guess we'll wait and see then.
exactly. Because now there's a Beth and there's an Alice. So we'll see.
Maybe this is how they close out the Alice chapter when they eventually do.
I don't know.
We get Beth back, but we're going to kill Alice. Or vice versa.
I don't know.
Or maybe they see each other and they just naturally cancel each other out.
We shall see what next.
Let's go to Supergirl.
What was this episode called, Mara?
I'm 0 for 5, aren't I?
I don't know. Are you?
Because your reaction kind of seems like I'm 0 for 4
I'm
right
just
now.
not pleased with this whole week in general. Coming off a crisis, I think I was just riding too high on what I expected. And maybe that's my own fault.
Your expectations were too high.
Or maybe it's their fault for setting them.
Okay.
Because I feel like Supergirl gave me the biggest clusterfuck of them all. What was the name of this episode of Supergirl?
The bottle.
So this episode kicks off. We get a DEO commercial.
Which is cringy as fuck. I didn't like it. I don't like that shit.
I don't think we were supposed to, and I'm okay with that.
It made me so uncomfortable.
It made Kara uncomfortable, so I understand. We also find out that Alex got her memories back.
But not immediately.
Yeah, but eventually Jean gave her shit back.
Because she was like, what? We love Lex. And I was like, bitch, what?
No, we don't. Like him in the Book of Destiny fixed some shit.
Fuck you mean we like Lex?
And then Kara has this whole thing when she's talking now. I want to tell Lena everything.
I was
No,
like,
you
oh, here we
don't.
go with this again.
No, you don't. Leave that shit alone. Doesn't matter anyway because she already knows everything apparently because Lex told her.
Well, no, yeah and no. So, like,
Yeah, and she just remembers everything anyway, but still.
yeah, which I was kind of confused on as to how. Because I know, like, Lex like allegedly made a deal, like, he'll do whatever as long as Lena makes it through no issue. And I was like, I get that, but does that mean her memories stay intact too?
Well, yeah, because he needs her memories to stay intact if he's going to use her.
Okay, I guess.
Because in the end, Lex serves only Lex. And he's
Oh, for sure.
keeping her around because she's useful.
With her scientist
And
shit.
here's the thing, when they finally decided to talk it out and make their treaty, they made it very clear. We
Neither one of them trust each other.
together as long as it benefits us. When it becomes a problem, we cut this shit off. They both said they would, and I fully believed them when they said it.
But anywho,
Yep.
so
Cool. Can we stop talking about Supergirl now?
no, do you want me to take this? You
Sure.
want to just do like a quick run through?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Lex is up to speed and he wants to look up about Leviathan, but there's no research about Leviathan on this earth at all. But we all know Leviathan is still around because Leviathan's like the Illuminati.
We sure.
Anywho, huh?
I said we sure do.
And then Andrea Rojas is still running Catco, and she's doing some weird stuff with her obsidian shit, which I forgot all about, and I thought she had died, honestly, so I don't know. But no matter what, her college mentor is here, and she's advising
Even if
her.
she did die,
Brainy,
fucking Oliver fucked it all up.
like, we could have just closed the whole Catco shit, but we're not.
Now, blah, blah, blah. Fuck.
So, Brainy and Nia are still doing good, but they run into another Brainiac 5 who looks just like our Brainy, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm pretty also sure he's like repressed gay, but I mean, like, that came out really wrong. Like, closeted gay? Because, like, he kind of just came off as that he was, but like, I don't feel like Brainies have that kind of distinction of that stuff, but who knows?
I
Doesn't matter. They
imagine a a brainiac being closeted about anything.
Okay, I guess. Whatever. Let me finish. You want to get through this, right?
I sure do.
Okay. So they fight. They both go to the DEO where they run into another Brainiac 5, which is now where Jesse Rath, who plays Brainy, his sister Megan Rath, my fave, comes into
His
play.
actual sister?
Yeah. His
Oh,
actual sister. Yeah.
she can get it.
I love her, but now I feel like she's not going to come back. But we'll get to that. So she is running the DEO,
But
but
like
in actuality,
part of him now, they can use like little projections and shot, you know.
what?
Brr.
What?
They can do like little projections and shit where she just like shows up. She's a part of him now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Because
make
I was just
they be like brr, and she pop up.
got you.
Brr.
So now they get to DEO. They find out there's another Brainiac 5, the female one, who is actually, she thinks that she's in control of the DEO, but we know it's Alex. Anywho, cross back over to Supergirl. She approaches her about Lex, approaches Lena about Lex because she's like, I gotta nip this in the bud now before shit gets wild. And she goes over there and she realizes that Lena is still holding the same goddamn grudge no matter what. Just won't let it go, despite the fact that you almost got wiped out of existence. And you still bitter over that stupid fuck shit from before. Whatever.
Which is partially your own fault.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying she's faultless. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, like,
Oh yeah, I ain't got time for her nonsense. Like
right,
none.
like I'm done with the whole, like, I understood it for like a couple of episodes, and then now it's just like, it's like one of those arguments of like, you told that boy something about me and now he don't like me no more, and then you just held on to that forever, and you like, but anywho, so Lex comes up to Alex and Kara and he asked them about Leviathan, and they were just like, oh, there's nothing about Leviathan anywhere. And he was like, but I know Leviathan's everywhere because it is.
Erwer.
Erwer. And then our prime brainy is unsure of what's happening to other brainies because some of them are kind of short circuiting, like kind of wigging out, and kind of like a Mystique who's out of the box too long.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they're trying to fix it, and then it's like, I don't know what's going on. We find out it's possibly because of Brainy's personality inhibitors that his father put on him when he was a child, because Brainy apparently has rage issues.
He's a fucking brainiac, of course. You know what brainiac is?
A robot?
A robot that tried to just rule the entire universe.
A robot. So then they figure out that um, something's going on at Al's bar. Find out that Al's bar has a bunch of duplicate people just chilling up in there because that's where they all showed up. For some reason why Al's bar is the point of duplicates.
Yeah, like a far, like just why are there so many brainiacs?
There's at least four of them, five of them. And then,
12 of them, all of them.
yeah, whatever. So then they see these witches that were trying to resurrect Rain to fucking kill everyone and do all that bad shit from like last season that they tend to just kind of want us to forget that Alex, or not Alex, whatever her name was a thing and she's not there anymore. And it's like, okay, but I remember her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out they're not the same witches, like they're okay witches. They just do like fucking tarot readings and hand palm readings for like $50, and it's just like it's a whole ripoff. They pretty much have that whole setup where like the girls can be in the saloon and like pick up guys, and then they take them to the hotel upstairs or whatever the fuck.
Read their palm.
Right, and then they read their palms and possibly play chess. Anywho, we find out that Mama Luther is still a whole ass bitch. And then Lena tells her that she's considering teaming up with Supergirl again. Mama Luther is like, nah, girl, you gonna be suckered into being that bitch's friend again, and then you gonna be weak, and then she gonna use you, and then she's gonna backstab you again. And it was pretty much just a lot of shit that doesn't even make sense. But it was like, okay, whatever you say. She was like, it's easier to keep your walls up with Lex because nobody trusts him. So Girl Brainy to explains that the personality inhibitors that our Brainy Prime has slow him down because he's disconnecting from the big brain. To which he's like, "Nah, I'm good." What?
I just said big brain.
Big brain. Emo Brainy starts acting weird and cryptic and kind of skittery. So they get very suspicious of him. They find out this is a different Brainy who's been trying to playing off of Brainy's personality inhibitors to make it seem like something else was going on with him. And they couldn't see his true intention of fucking opening another fucking Earth in a bottle. He put his Earth in a bottle to save it, which is cool. I
Now,
get
let's
it.
say before we get into that, I get it. especially
Like
since
I get it.
especially since no other Earth exists, apparently, or no other universes, because Oliver said, "Yo, I'm just bringing back this one.
Just this one.
Fuck
I'll
all
put
the
as many people. I can put as many people as I need on there, but just this Earth goes.
yeah, fuck all the rest of y'all." So yeah, if you can put your shit in a bottle, I get it.
So yeah. So he wants to open the bottle, but then everyone's like, nah, if he opens that bottle, he's gonna destroy both worlds. Like we can't let him do that. And I was just like, that's crazy. Then for some reason we flash back over to Andrea. I don't know why they really what?
I said that's when you need the Rock.
So they flash back over to Andrea, and I don't really understand why she's really in this episode because they only bring her up like twice, and she really isn't doing much of anything other than now just planning to make this Black Mirror virtual reality world.
You talking about Obsidian Boss Lady, right?
Yes.
Yeah, useless, completely useless in this episode.
Like I was like, this could have just waited for next week, and you could have expanded on this. Like I didn't need these two useless scenes.
Amen.
So, anywho, so then we find out that alternate Brainy is trying to get the witches to open the bottle for him after he attacks Nia. And they go down back to Al's bar to go stop him. So we cue a bar fight, which is always happening in Al's. And for some fucking reason, the soundtrack is It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC, and
In
I've never
sync. We get in sync as the soundtrack to the bar fight in this fucking episode.
and I've never been so confused in my life.
I don't understand it either. I don't know.
I started thinking, like, for a moment when I was watching, I thought my phone was playing something else while I was playing the show. And I was like, maybe I'm just bugging. And so I paused it, and then the music paused, and I was just like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so humored by it, but I was so confused. I was just like, what is going on? I thought for real I was bugging. Like, and then I saw it in the captions. I was like, nah, we're really listening to It's Gonna Be Me during this bar fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrong
So then,
year too.
huh?
Wrong part of the year. They could have waited till the end of April. You know,
It could have been a final fight for at the end of the season.
they could have been like, "Yo, it's gonna be May, right before May,"
That's when the show's end.
but they didn't. They chose to do it in January. Missed opportunity.
I know, right? And you can't do it now.
Nope, not at all.
Can't use that song again. Don't want it.
Never.
So anywho, Brainy's during the fight, Brainy's inhibitors break. He takes them off. For some reason, also turns him green. Didn't realize that they were supposed to be green. Um,
Me neither.
then right, they all stop fighting, and then the witches, all of a sudden
Oh,
admit that they're, huh?
no, you had it right. They bitches too.
They also admit and confer that yeah, opening that bottle for the world is very risky. And I was like, shut the fuck up. You were over here actively doing it.
Yeah, all into it. All into it.
Like y'all were actively trying to open this shit. So what you mean? Oh yeah, there is a risk. She's right. We should wait. We'll wait with you. Shut your ass up. Anywho, Alter Brainy gives in and he ascends into his bottle or the big brain. Kind of unclear on which, but I don't care that much. The other Brainies ascend into our prime Brainy.
Yeah.
He absorbs them. But I was like, damn, that's all we get of the sister. But we already discussed this. And then she states that Brainy will have to work with Luther and cut everyone off to defeat him. And yeah, so then we flash over to Lex Luthor, who's talking with Lena, trying to convince him to be her partner. And he uses the Truth Seeker to convince Lena of it, that he's of his intentions and blah 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 blah. And they end up agreeing to work together. Rainy and Nia break up. I'm sad, but we all know why he's doing it. But we know that Nia does not. Traditional. This no, I was like, this dude William is back, and I literally forgot all about him.
I don't
The
even.
English dude.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yes. So he's back, and I was like, I see this looming possibility of them trying to get them together again, because I feel like they're gonna try and force them to be together. I'm gonna eat this raspberry. So he comes back. We could really cut this part, put it in Pornhub. I'm sure there's a kink for this, like a big kink for this. Ha 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 ha. Press play.
Mm-hmm.
Press play.
I didn't stop it.
Oh, okay. So he's back. He's saying that he thinks that Lex Luthor had his friend killed. So Homeboy is still dead, which sucks because I really want him and Andrea to be together. Even though her storyline is boring me, I really, really loved watching them flashbacks of them.
You
But
just want
anywho,
him in the show.
huh?
You just want
What?
him in the show.
I want a reason for him to be there, but I also want them to be together. Anywho, I see this looming paso. Lex is getting the Man of Tomorrow award, and William's telling Kara that he wants her help. And I was just like, oh, this William wants help. So maybe they won't try to force them together because I felt like that's what they were doing before.
Well, that whole Man of Tomorrow thing is just like, really, Lex, really? What you gonna do? Because that's one of Superman's monikers.
Yep.
You
He
calm.
was, I'm pretty sure it did not undwell over him that he was doing that.
Yeah.
But anywho, Mama Luther tells him, she almost chose Kara over you. And he was just like, well, thanks, Mom. Anywho, Brainy goes to Lex, tells him, everyone's going to work against you, but let me help you. And he was like, Lex tells him, we got to find this dude from the future. Shows the photo. Here comes win, 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 win. And then that's the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Supergirl.
Yeah. We still have Black Lightning.
Let's get through it then. This episode is called The Book of Markovians, Chapter 1, Blessings and Curses Reborn. Thoughts, Travis? All right, I'm gonna just go through it. Appropriate use of Kid Cudi in the beginning. I was really impressed with it. Literally, I started the episode and I looked away for a few seconds, and I literally all I could hear was Kid Cudi, and I was like, "This is great. This is good use."
Give them the name of the episode, Mara.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I literally just did. I was like, the name of this episode is called The Book of Markovians, Chapter 1, Blessings and Curses Reborn. And then I went straight into appropriate use of Kid Cudi.
You didn't know. You didn't say all that.
I did.
You didn't.
Okay, so after this post online, I want you to go back and look at this.
I'm not gonna do that, but
I'm going to remind you, or I'm going to take video of it and send it to you.
You have full reign to do so, but you didn't.
You can't say anything. You've been drinking for like 4 hours.
You can't prove anything.
You told me you've been drinking since like 5 o'clock.
That doesn't mean it's true.
Why would you lie about that?
I didn't say I was lying. I said it may not be true. I could be mistaken.
So if it's not true, it's false, which means you're giving me false information, which is a lie.
That just means I could be mistaken.
You've been drinking for a while. You've been drinking more than I have. Either way, your point's invalid. Back to Jeff is trying to tell Gamby about what happened with Crisis, and even I was kind of a little, wait, going back to Batwoman real quick.
Oh, God.
The part where Sophie is telling Mary that Alice was not at Gotham U, I was sitting here thinking, like, you guys have criminals like the Joker, Scarecrow, and Alice walking around and they exist, but you don't think someone who can make themselves look exactly like someone else is possible? And you got two Batmans kind of flying around here. But anywho, so like when they're talking to Gamby about the whole multiverse part, Gamby's just like, what? That's impossible. I was like, why is that impossible? You have fucking metas.
Basically.
Either way.
You have a meta like in your house who talks to your computers.
Who flirts with your computers.
Yeah.
Don't make it seem like what he does is normal.
You're right. Once again, though.
But anywho.
Create your world. We do not kink shame.
We don't. We're just saying.
Keep going. Let's get through this.
Mm-hmm. So Jeff is trying to tell Gamby about what happened with Crisis, and then all of a sudden we cut to Jen, who is continuously just falling in like limbo.
Made no sense, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, all right, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Jeff is showing all these other powers. I was like, when did he learn all this?
Asking too many questions, just accept it. Keep going.
Whatever. Jen's ready to kill Odell, and Jeff is pretty calm about it, but he's just like, maybe if I could just keep giving her other tasks to do, she won't kill him.
And maybe if she does, who cares? Because it's Odell. Because fuck
Right.
him.
Gamby says they're covered in antimatter particles, and then that's about that. He was like, I don't know what to tell y'all about this, but that's what's going on.
Yeah, we almost
Jen realizes
17 million times over.
But Jen realizes that Gamby is always tracking all of them, and I'm kind of happy he didn't lie to her about that. Like he was just kind of like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was good. Yeah, I'm with you on that one too. Like, yeah, I
because
watched.
I half expected him to be like, no, 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 only in cases of emergency,
Nah, fuck that. I'm watching y'all all the time.
right? Because you see throughout the whole episode, like the way we have to track Lynn so much, and we find her so quickly.
Yeah, because she on that shit.
So then Jen goes and she finds Lynn's crackhead ass and
Mhm.
finds her going, trying to go over stuff. She drops her green cocktail and she loses her mind. And Jen's like, I'm out.
All the way out.
But mom, you need to get it together. Right. And then TC finds Gamby and he gets into the bunker a little bit easier than you'd really anticipated, but whatever. All of a sudden, we're back with Jen and Lynn. There's earthquakes hitting Freeland. They're not on a fault line, we find out. And then, so like Brandon with the telekinesis is having a seizure, a spaz attack. I don't know what he's having, but
Wait, wait,
uh,
wait. That's that nigga with the hair, right?
yes.
Okay.
And so Lynn gives Jen this syringe full of stuff, and she's like, just stab it anywhere, it'll work immediately. And
Right,
I was just like, what if you gave her the wrong shit? Like,
right in the dick. What happens then? Does it still work?
whatever. I don't think so.
Has she seen his dick yet?
No. I don't think they've even kissed, unless they did. I don't remember.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Either way, whatever. Jen calls Jeff and says that Lynn is acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and that he should probably have a sit down with her real quick. He goes to the lab and finds presence of green light on the floor, and he's like, Gamby, where is my wife?
Good question.
So she's at home raiding the place for drugs. She
Drug.
at the house hot,
That's what she is.
strung the fuck out, trying to find more drugs or trying to figure out what can she sell for more drugs.
Either looking for more drugs or figuring out another way to get more because she's hooked
And
on.
then so Lynn and Jeff are talking and she's trying not to sound like a whole junkie, but too late.
Yeah.
While they're going back and forth and he catches her trying to get high and shit, Henderson calls and he says, I need Black Lightning's help. And it's really poor timing. But either way, we lose track of Lynn again in true crackhead fashion. She gets away.
Yeah. Like lock her up first.
Odell's lackey, that bald bitch, uh, is like bring Jen in at whatever cost you can get, and if she doesn't take this control chip, kill her, like all this other shit doesn't happen, but whatever. Uh, Jeff shows up at the meeting to talk about getting the detained kids out, and for some reason, Anissa decides this is a time to get on her high horse about whatever. The only thing that has been driving me crazy with Blackbird is that her want to help is just like I kind of agree with Jeff. Like she's not going about it the right way, and
Not at
it
all.
doesn't seem like she's do huh.
Yeah, not at all. He's telling her, like, yo, you fucking up. And she refuses to admit that she fucking up.
And yeah, like which is it's just like it drives me insane because like it feels like she's not doing it for like the greater good of everyone else. Like she's doing it because she's just like it's just like it's for her, it's because to make her important and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her own self interest is more important than the greater good. I understand.
Right. So I don't know. That whole argument and rant that whole argument and rant to me felt like it made no sense and had no bearing in that moment. But whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Gamby lets hmm?
So yeah, it wasn't earned. I get you.
Yeah, so it was just like shut up and sit down. And so Gamby tells TC he can stay with him because TC has nowhere else to go. He wants to find out who hired Gamby's killer. So, bam. They go to break the kids out. Bam, that happens. Jen and Brandon both have been taken by the ASA people, but they get away. So, bam. TC figures out that Jill Scott is the person who hired Gamby's killer. But I was like, his powers are unstable, and now he needs crackhead Cindy's help. And then I was like, it's a shame that Jill Scott is dead, so we may never find out why she hired the hit.
I was about to say, yo, ain't she dead? So what we doing now?
She's very dead.
Maybe she's not
But,
really.
but whatever. The kids are safe. Jeff and Anissa have a moment because he followed her lead. Blah, 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 blah. Jen confronts Odell. For some reason, she takes Brandon with her. And I'm just like, why are you trying to murder the cute boy who likes you? Why?
Because that's what she does. Because she,
Whatever. She
teenagers are stupid.
They are. She confronts Odell and she's like, I'm not working for you no more. And he was just like, yeah, you thought, bitch. And so she's like, wrong answer, tries to blow him up to only find out that this dude was a hologram because now we know he didn't trust her to begin with.
No shit.
And so now you in trouble, Jen. And then it just goes over to Jeff going back to Junkie Jackie's mess left at home and kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
The end.
Is that everything?
Yeah, who's winning?
I was just about to ask you that.
I don't know. The anti-monitor? I don't at this point now I don't know.
I mean, maybe I'll
Lex?
sitting back and laughing like I fucked all this up and y'all got to deal with it.
Mm,
You just
I guess Lex is winning.
you might be right. I think Lex is winning.
That Lex is winning.
Yeah. I think
He's the only one right now that nothing is really kind of topsy-turvy for him. He has everything he wants right now.
he does. He got Lena working with him. Yeah. I think you're right. I think Lex is winning. Who's losing?
Yep. Whew.
Besides me.
Mm, hard to say. The Flash.
I would say he's winning for not being a part of this shit right now.
I'm gonna go with TC since I don't know what's going on with him. He has like that
Out of something here. I don't know if he dead or what, but yeah,
meta flu.
he is. I can go with that.
Or Lynn. Lynn could also be losing right now.
She's constant loser until she keeps green like shit. Just,
I took out the addictive ingredient, whatever.
fuck you didn't.
I
All
have
right.
no idea what will happen next week because I haven't watched any previews.
Me neither. This is it for this week's episodes of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. Do not forget to follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation. That is at TheCreatiaWorld. You can also follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CSSALOTT. Shark, where can they find you?
Always on Instagram and Twitter at Mardashark. That's MARADASHARK. Bam.
Oh, hit that little like button for us on Facebook, facebook.com/Creation World. We also have a Facebook group that is associated with this particular podcast. What is that Facebook group, Mara?
Facebook.com/groups/super flashy arrow of tomorrow.
Also, if you feel the need and you love what we do, please go to patreon.com/Creation World and show some support there. We would really appreciate it. I'm too tired and far too drunk to really go into that deeply right now, but just, go there. Check it out. We got,
The link for Patreon will be right above this video, I swear.
yeah, she does that because she's helpful.
Also, we have merch at Teespring. Feel free to buy some and wear it. And if you post it, tag us in it
Yeah.
at The Creation World or hashtag The Creation World. We'll feature you somewhere. Don't know where yet, but we'll feature somewhere.
That'll be it for this week's episode. We'll catch you all next week. Till then, we out.
Bye.